Ironheart is the kind of show that explains exactly why the MCU is falling apart. Now, nobody asked for Ironheart, nobody likes Ironheart, and yet the MCU is acting like fans should be excited to do hours of homework just to understand Ironheart. Now, if this is what Marvel thinks audiences want, well, then the MCU is even more out of touch than we thought, okay? So, Kevin Feige himself even reportedly admitted, as I've said before, to Marvel employees that if that the MCU feels like homework now, and guess what? He's right. Now, when normies, which is the backbone of Marvel's box office success, stop showing up, it's not because they slightly hate the superheroes. It's because simply they don't have the time or energy to chase down 8 different series just to go ahead and understand the setup for Ironheart, a spinoff that no one demanded, okay? Now, the MCU has become a bloated, exhausting chore, and Ironheart is just the latest example of that, okay? So, you'd actually think after admitting the problem, I mean, they'd slow down, course correct, cut the fat. Nope. Instead, we get Ironheart, a series Marvel knows is garbage, okay? Now, internally, they're treating it like radioactive waste. 3 episodes 1 week, three the next, and done. Just dump it, okay? No marketing push, no hype. They're already talking about Fantastic Four, and they're not even pretending to go ahead and care. Now, if Marvel doesn't care about Ironheart, why should audiences, okay? And if that wasn't enough to turn people off, well, there's also the death blow. Disney Plus literally tells you what you're supposed to watch before diving into Ironheart, okay? Not one or two things, eight different entries in the MCU. That includes all 3 Iron Man movies, Doctor Strange, Multiverse Madness, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and even What If, the animated half canon on multiverse fluff. Now, if you're already on the fence, this list will actually send you packing, okay? And this is not entertainment at all. It's just basically a final exam prep, okay? But think about that. You're being asked to go ahead and watch over 20 hours of MCU content just to prepare for a 6 episode series that, at best, will total 2.5 hours. And the payoff, a character who bombed in the comics, surrounded by magic, multiverse garbage, okay, and identity politics. That's the hook right there. That's the pitch for Ironheart. You get all the homework, none of the reward, okay? And this is the model now. It's not about, stories. It's simply about compliance at this point. And that's no surprise right there. This kind of nonsense is why the MCU is dying. Nobody has time for this. We're living in a time where attention spans are shrinking, patience is running thin, and people are simply being crushed under real life obligations. And Marvel's solution is to make you study for a series built around a second rate Iron Man clone. Not only is that tone deaf, is arrogant. And Marvel used to make blockbusters for everyone, and now they're making content for Twitter activists and Kevin Feige's interns. Okay, but the core issue with Ironheart is that it doesn't even stand on its own. She's not her own character. She's not her own brand. She's not a legacy. She's just a patch job built from spare parts. Riri Williams is Iron Man without Tony Stark, Black Panther without T'Challa, and Doctor Strange without the Mystique, okay? So basically, she's representation in a suit Marvel kit bashed together, okay? And now the MCU expects you to build emotional investment off of that. I think I'm gonna pass on that. And don't forget, Ironheart already made her debut in Wakanda Forever, and it didn't go well. Okay, she felt out of place, forced and gimmicky. Basically, she added nothing to the story, wasn't likable, and didn't spark any real buzz. So, what does Marvel do? Give her a solo show and demand fans relive her entire awkward intro by watching Black Panther all over again. That's insane right there. But the only reason Ironheart exists is because Marvel made a quota checklist and needed someone to check a few boxes, okay? And that's it. Now the MCU used to earn its hype. Now it just manufactures it. It used to be something you wanted to see, and now it's something you're told to consume. Okay. Now, Ironheart is the clearest example of this new factory model. Okay. And Marvel doesn't care if you like the show. You see, they care if you stay in the system. Watch the recommended, content, keep that subscription active, fall in line, you see, and they're not chasing your fandom. They're trying to go ahead to manage your behavior, okay? And also, let's be honest. The reason Ironheart even needs 8 pieces of homework to function is simply because, well, the character can't hold her own. Marvel knows it. Disney knows it. That's why they're stacking her story on top of everyone else's. Now, borrow Iron Man's arc, still Doctor Strange's flair, hijack Wakanda setting, mix it all up with multiverse leftovers, and well, hope it feels epic. Well, it won't. It feels like a Frankenstein fan fiction stitched together by corporate interns trying to make the diversity calendar proud, okay? Now, they didn't even try to sell this thing with confidence at all. No big trailers, no Comic Con panel excitement. They dumped the episodes in 2 chunks just to be done with. And while they're pretending that, Ironheart matters, well, the MCU is already full steam ahead, just promoting Fantastic Four like this disaster never happened, okay? And that says it all. Even Marvel knows the show is a dud. They're throwing it out like expired milk. All right. So people are tired of all of this, not just of Ironheart, but of the whole MCU grind. It's too much. Every new series is just a footnote to just another footnote. Every movie is a prequel to the post-credit scene, basically. Now, Marvel forgot how to make a clean story. They forgot how to entertain people who don't live on Reddit, okay? They built this giant puzzle, lost half the pieces, and now they're shoving new ones at us, hoping no one notices they don't fit, okay? That's what Ironheart is, just a puzzle piece that doesn't belong at all. But who is it even for? Casual viewers won't even care. I mean, hardcore fans already hate the character and the MCU itself. Comic readers remember how badly Riri bombed on the page. Nobody asked for this, nobody needs this, and yet here it is, shoved in your face, dressed up in 8 hours of prep time and all the MCU window dressing Disney could find, okay? It's insulting, and you don't need to be an expert to know Ironheart is headed straight to the trash pile, okay? But honestly, at some point, the MCU has to realize that not every character deserves a show. Not every checkbox deserves its own spotlight, okay? You don't build a universe by inflating the roster with rejects, okay? You build it by making people care. And nothing about Ironheart makes anyone care. It's an echo of better characters. It's surrounded by baggage. And now it's asking the audience to go ahead and do extra homework just to be confused all over again, okay? Now, Marvel should have pulled the plug basically, all right? But instead, they chose to double down. They released a guide. They said, here's what you need to watch to understand this. You see, they practically warned you that Ironheart makes no sense on its own. And that's the final nail in the coffin, okay? When your studio admits the show is too convoluted to follow without homework, well, you're already lost. You see, this isn't an MCU success story. This is an MCU symptom, and the diagnosis is definitely eternal. So, yeah, this is what we just got. Another Marvel project nobody wants, built around a character nobody likes, packed with references nobody will get, okay? And demanding loyalty from an audience that stopped caring. I mean, 3 phases ago. Now, Ironheart isn't just a weak show, it's a perfect symbol of everything wrong with the MCU right now. Overproduced, underwritten, corporately mandated slop. And if you still think this is about superhero fun stories, I don't know what to tell you at this point. The MCU is broken, and Ironheart is just one more reason why fans are done. So let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Be sure to smash that like button, share the video far wide across social media, subscribe to the channel, turn on that bell for future uploads notifications, and I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, peace.